Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hope you're doing well. We are in Act 3 of Shakespeare, Scene 2. In this version, sadly, the lines are not numbered. I did not know that when I bought it. I have it now, so it's too late to kind of go back. But if you ever do buy this book, make sure you get ones where the lines are numbered. Makes it easier for people to catch up. But we are at this scene where Antony is giving a speech to the masses about Caesar, okay? Let's continue on that note. Antony. Good friends, sweet friends, let me not stir you up to such a sudden flood of mutiny. They that have done this deed are honorable. What private griefs they have, alas, I know not. That made them do it, they are wise and honorable, and will no doubt with reasons answer you. I come not, friends, to steal away your hearts. I am no orator as Brutus is, but as you know me all, a plain, blunt man, that love my friend, and they know full well that gave me public leave to speak of him. For I have neither wit nor words, nor worth, action nor utterance, nor the power of speech, to sure men's blood. I only speak right on. I tell you that which you yourselves do know. Show you sweet Caesar's wounds, poor dumb mouths, and bid them speak for me. But were I Brutus, and Brutus Antony, there were an Antony would ruffle up your spirits, and put a tongue in every wound of Caesar that should move the stones of Rome to rise in mutiny. So now I want you to notice something here. He mentioned honorable several times. They who have done this deed, honorable, right? They are wise and honorable. So the butchering, you look at it and he's reminding the masses in his previous speeches, well, that we read in the last video. He told them, look here. Look how they marred him. Look at it. And the masses were saying, traitors, villains, a bloody sight. And Antony is saying, I'm a plain, blunt man. So he's lowering himself to the common man, putting Brutus as a sort of elitist orator, aristocrat, right? This would help the Roman citizen be like, who should we side with? The stuffed up elite or the common man? Think about it. Oh, we mutiny! We'll burn the house of Brutus. Away then, come, seek the conspirators. Antony. Yet hear me, countrymen, yet hear me speak. Peace, ho! Hear Antony, most noble Antony. Antony. Why, friends, you go to do you know what? Wherewith hath Caesar thus deserved your loves? Alas, you know not, I must tell you, then you have forgot the will I told you of. Most true, the will. Let's stay and hear the will. Antony. Here is the will, and under Caesar's seal. So, look at the seal. When the seal isn't broken, it hasn't been opened, so it hasn't been altered and stuff like that. To every Roman citizen he gives, to every several men, 75 drachmas. So giving money to the masses. Second citizen. Most noble Caesar will avenge his death, O royal Caesar. Antony. Hear me with patience. Peace, ho! Antony. Moreover, he hath left you all his walks, his private arbors and new planted orchards on this side Tiber. He hath left them you, and to your heirs forever common pleasures. So leaving some of the orchards for the common people. That's something that's substantial, In America, we don't really have something like that, but it's a nice touch to show how he was giving money to the people, food to the people, Quite different than Brutus, because Brutus is still alive, right? To walk abroad and recreate yourselves. Here was Caesar. When comes such another? First citizen. Never, never. Come away, away. We'll burn his body in the holy place, and with the brands fire the traitors' houses. Take up the body. Go fetch fire. Pluck down benches. Pluck down forms, windows, anything. Exit citizens with the body. Antony. Now, let it work. Mischief, thou art afoot. Take thou what course thou wilt. So here, you could see Antony, it worked. You know, mischief thou art afoot. Let it go where it's gonna go. He's unleashed the floods. Enter servant. How now, fellow? Sir, Octavius is already come to Rome. Antony. Where is he? He and Lepidus are at Caesar's house. And thither will I straight to visit him. He comes upon a wish, fortune is merry, and in this mood will give us anything. I heard him say Brutus and Cassius are rid like madmen through the gates of Rome. Belike they had some notice of the people, how I had moved them. Bring me to Octavius. Excellent. So see how I had moved them. It's perfect. So now we're in scene 3, a street. Enter Cinna, the poet. Cinna. I dreamt tonight that I did feast with Caesar, and things unluckily charge my fantasy. I have no will to wander forth of doors, yet something leads me forth. Enter citizens. What is your name? Whither are you going? Where do you dwell? Are you a married man or a bachelor? That's a funny question. Answer every man directly. Ay, briefly. Ay, and wisely. Ay, and truly, you were best. Cinna. What is my name? Whither am I going? Where do I dwell? I'm a married man or a bachelor. Then to answer every man directly and briefly, wisely and truly. Wisely I say I am a bachelor. Second citizen. That's as much as to say there are fools that marry. You'll bear me a bang for that, I fear. Proceed directly. Cinna. Directly I am going to Caesar's funeral. As a friend or an enemy? As a friend. That matter is answered directly, for your dwelling briefly. Briefly, I dwell in the capital. Your name, sir, truly. Truly my name is Cinna. Tear him to pieces, he's a conspirator. I am Cinna the poet, I am Cinna the poet. Tear him for his bad verses, tear him for his bad verses. I'm not Cinna the conspirator. It is no matter his name's Cinna. Pluck but his name out of his heart and turn him going. Tear him, come, brand, ho, fire, brands, to Brutus, to Cassius, burn all, some to Decius' house, and some to Cascus, some to Ligarius, away, go, exit. Okay, we are in Act IV. Scene 1, a house in Rome. Antony, Octavius, and Lepidus seated at a table. Antony. These many then shall die, their names are pricked. This way of describing it, pricked. You know, like, pricked. Octavius. Your brother too must die. Consent you, Lepidus? Lepidus. I do consent. Octavius. Prick him down, Antony. Lepidus. Upon conditions Publius shall not live, who is your sister's son, Mark Antony. Antony. He shall not live. Look with a spot, I damn him. But Lepidus, go you to Caesar's house. Fetch the will hither, and we shall determine how to cut off some charge and legacies. So notice this. Lepidus's brother must die. Antony's nephew. So the nephew and a brother. So this shows you their loyalties, right? So they got that much loyalty to Caesar. If they pardon their relatives, you know, could go south for them. Lepidus. What shall I find you here? Octavius. Or here at the Capitol. Exit Lepidus. Antony. This is a sight, unmeritable man. This is a slight, unmeritable man. Meet to be sent on errands. Is it fit, the threefold world divided, he should stand, one of the three to share it? Octavius. So you thought him, and took his voice, who should be pricked to die, in our black sentence and proscription? Antony. Octavius, I have seen more days than you, and though we lay these honors on this man to ease ourselves of divers slanderous loads, he shall bear them as the ass bears gold, to groan and sweat under the business, either led or driven, as we point the way, and having brought our treasure where we will, then take we down his load, and turn him off, like to the empty ass, to shake his ears in brazen commons. Octavius. You may do your will, but he's a tried and valiant soldier. Antony. So is my horse, Octavius, and for that I do appoint him store of provender. It is a creature that I teach to fight, to win, to stop, to run directly on. His corporal motion governed by my spirit. His corporal motion governed by my spirit. And in some taste is Lepidus but so. He must be taught and trained, and bid go forth. A barren spirited fellow, one that feeds on objects, arts, and imitations, which, out of use, and stalled by other men, begin his fashion. Do not talk of him, but as a property. And now, Octavius, listen, great things, Brutus and Cassius, are living powers. We must straight make head, therefore, let our alliance be combed. Our best friends made, and our best means stretched out, and let us presently go sit in council, how covert matters may be best disclosed, and open perils surest answered. Octavius. Let us do so, for we are at the stake, and bade about with many enemies, and some that smile have in their hearts, I fear, millions of mischiefs. Exit. Scene 2. Camp near Sardis, before Brutus' tent. Drum. Enter Brutus, Lucius, and soldiers. Titinius and Pindarus meeting them. Brutus. Stand, ho! Lucius. Give the word, ho, and stand. Brutus. What now, Lucius? Is Cassius near? Lucilius. He is at hand, and Pindarus is come to do you salutations from his master. Brutus. He greets me well, your master. Pindarus, in his own charge, are by ill officers, hath given me some worthy cause to wish things done undone. But if he be at hand, I shall be satisfied. Pindarus. I do not doubt, but that my noble master will appear such as he is, full of regard and honor. Brutus. He is not doubted. A word, Lucilius, how he'd received you, let me be resolved. Lucilius. With courtesy and with respect enough, but not with such familiar instances, nor with such free and friendly conference as he hath used of old. Free and friendly conference. I really like that way. That's like free exchange, chit-chatting. How that's used. Brutus, thou hast described a hot friend cooling. A hot friend cooling, eh? Ever note, Lucilius, when love begins to sicken and decay, it useth and enforceth ceremony. Whoa. When love begins to sicken and decay, it uses enforced ceremony. There are no tricks in plain and simple faith, but hollow men like horses not at hand make gallant show and promise of their mettle. But when they should endure the bloody spur, they fall like crests, and, like deceitful jades, sink in the trial. Come his army on? Lucilius. They mean this night in Sardis to be quartered. The great part, the horse in general, are come with Cassius. Brutus. Hark, he's arrived. Low march within. March gently on to meet him, and to Cassius and his powers. Cassius. Stand ho! Brutus. Stand ho! Speak the word along. First soldier. Stand! 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 Cassius. Most noble brother, you have done me wrong. Brutus. Judge me, you gods, wrong I mine enemies? And if not so, how should I wrong a brother? Cassius. Brutus, this sober form of yours hides wrongs, and when you do them... Brutus. Cassius, be content. Speak your griefs softly. I do know you well, before the eyes of both our armies here, which should perceive nothing but love from us. Let us not wangle. Bid them move away. Then in my tent, Cassius, enlarge your griefs, and I will give you audience. Cassius. Pandarus bid our commanders lead their charges off a little from this ground. Brutus. Lucius, do you the like, and let no man come to our tent till we have done our conference. Lucius and Titinius guard our door. Excellent. Alright. Things are happening. Exciting times. Brutus is really got himself into a pickle now. He's like really at the fault here. You can feel Antony is very serious. And Lepidus and Octavius. It's just a really interesting contrast, right? It's just Antony and Octavius coming together, Brutus and Cassius on their end, and things are getting quite sticky. I really enjoy some of the phrases in here. Their names pricked. And then that whole dialogue of consent you to your, brother and nephew. Like these talks that men had to have, It's very difficult, such things, and even though it's a play of theater, we can still imagine what that would have actually been like in that time, Such visceral energy. What part was your favorite? Let me know. And if you'd like to join the blog, it's www.subscribestar.com/MilhanArchive. Hope to see you there.